As the first black president, Barack Obama managed the duality of leading our democracy while dealing with America's unending racism. A new documentary chronicles President Obama's personal and political journey from being raised by a white single mother to his final days in the White House and the role that along the way. The HBO documentary, Obama in Pursuit of a More Perfect Union, consists of interviews with those close to Obama and his critics, and it includes excerpts of speeches and interviews with Obama himself. Joining us to discuss the docuseries and the role that race played in the Obama presidency is contributor to The New Yorker and one of the documentary's executive producers, Jelani Cobb. Jelani, this looks amazing. But the first question is, what do we learn new in the film? Because everybody's written an Obama book. Obama's written several books about his own life. Michelle Obama's written an amazing best-selling book. What do you learn?
Well, I think there are a few things. First, thank you for having me on to talk about the film. We're very proud of it, myself and the director, Peter Kuhnhart, and everyone at Kuhnhart Films. But there's a lot, because, what happened with Obama, which was a dynamic that made perfect sense, was that people tended to be very protective of him. And that's a normal dynamic in political campaigns and in presidential administrations, but that's exacerbated, is multiplied tenfold when that person is the first black president, and even his critics would feel some degree of consternation about criticizing someone who had been subjected to so much racism. And so we were able to talk to people as he was leaving office and after he'd left office, and prior to Joe Biden beginning to his campaign. So there was a window where people were a lot more candid than they might have been otherwise, in terms of certainly talking about the roots of the Republican intransigence, the opposition, what they were thinking at different points in the presidential administration, and even people who knew Obama coming up as a young man, and in his early political life, who are very candid about what their interactions and what their perceptions of him were in Chicago. And so I think that there's a good degree of texture that you'll get from this film that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
Do you believe that Obama experienced some sort of awakening or change or evolution on the subject of race while in office?
I think there's a case to be made for that, because one of the things that you see, over the course, and this is, not novel, but you see it, I think, in a degree of detail that we hadn't seen prior to this, was just how magnificently skilled he was at talking to people of different backgrounds and different communities, different ethnicities, different races. And he had this incredible gift for communication that allowed him to float above the fray. But during the administration, all of that turned on its head. And I think that his faith and his abilities to talk to people rationally, to talk to people persuasively, and so on, had to have a kind of rude awakening when you saw that the intransigence of the Republicans was simply based upon who he was. And you saw that in the Tea Party, and you saw that in the racist signs and banners that they were carrying at the rallies, and him being called a liar while he gave a joint address, a House to joint address to Congress, and just all the incident after incident that made it very difficult to avoid the fact that race was at the center of this whole undertaking.
One of the tantalizing things I saw in one of the clips from the film was, this thing that I assume that a lot of mixed race children experience, where they feel like they have to choose a primary identity, and him figuring out, trying to negotiate choosing blackness as a primary identity and what that meant for him, and how does he become part of the black community. How does that play itself out in the film?
Well, I think it's interesting because and this is something I saw in him early on. that it was a little bit like W.E.B. Du Bois. W.E.B. Du Bois grew up in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, and talked about how he didn't know any black people growing up, and it dawns on him, who and what he is. And once he comes to understand that race defines his life in this particular way, he sets out becoming this person that will reorient the way that we understand race. And that is, in a nutshell, what we see with Barack Obama, especially when he's a young student at Columbia and he's in New York, and goes from New York to Chicago, these two centers that have very large black populations, and he's interacting with black people regularly and coming to understand the kind of cultural precepts and the various things that people think, and even one of the more interesting things is we talked to one of his from his time at Columbia, who was a white woman, and she talked very frankly about the role race played in his early life, and in their relationship. And so it's interesting that he's kind of methodically studying and coming to understand this community, that he ultimately becomes one of the kind of indispensable symbols of, at this point in his life.
Does he express any regrets around the racial issue in the film?
We don't have a kind of, so we have footage of him from all the points in the film, but we don't have a kind of retrospective footage of him, expressing regret about this thing or that particular thing, or what happens in terms of the context. We get a lot of that in the context of the people who we talked to around him, and some of his critics. You can imagine, what Cornel West had to say.
What is the overwhelming sentiment there?
Well, I mean, I think the sentiment is that race presented this dilemma that was almost impossible to navigate. That there was no way that he could move without alienating some portion of the public, and then that translating into a bigger political problem. And Cornel West, who we talked to extensively in the film, is very clear that he thinks that Obama didn't move in the ways that he could have or should have, for the benefit of the black community. And my question around that has always been, and it's something I say in the film, is that it's very hard to know what he actually could have done, given that he had difficulty getting a budget passed or approved, or every corner and every simple thing, the raising of the debt ceiling. There was nothing, even the most routine aspects of the presidency, that were being denied to him. A Supreme Court pick was stolen from him.
Right.
And so I go back and forth on that question of what exactly he could have done in the context of that was so mediated by race.
Right. The HBO documentary film Obama in Pursuit of a More Perfect Union debuts August 3rd on HBO and HBO Max. Jelani Cobb, thank you so much for joining me tonight, sir.